Today, I am going to a special and historic city among American cities, Washington, D.C. It was designed from the ground up to serve as the nation's capital and remain apart from the states. It was selected by President George Washington. It's situated near the Potomac and Anacostia Rivers. Let's explore the 10 best places to live in Washington, D.C. Starting with a hidden gem with a small-town feel, Mount Pleasant. It was one of the first neighborhoods in D.C. to have streetcars. It's known for its diverse community and vibrant street festivals. There is a lot of cute shops and famous houses, and it's close to the Columbia Heights Metro. Every Saturday, it has one of the liveliest farmers markets. A lot of people live in this quiet area. The prices of homes aren't quite what you think they are. The median home price is $799,000, and the average rent is $2,306. Its charming farmers market and historic homes make it a picturesque place to live. I like that Mount Pleasant has a lot of hills, but in the winter, you might not like this. Also, DC cleans their streets pretty fast, which is nice because it makes the views better. It's also close to Rock Creek Park. Next, we'll drive through the Palisades. Located along the Potomac River with lush greenery and expansive homes, the Palisades feels more like a small, quaint village than a big city neighborhood. This is one of the best places to live in the District of Columbia. The Palisades Farmers Market, which is located on MacArthur Boulevard and gets its food straight from the farmers. Niche.com also gives it an A grade. The Palisades has a long and interesting past, like many other DC areas. It used to be full of farms, but after the Civil War, it became a famous summer vacation spot. Most of the homes were built between 1930, 1940s, and 1950s. Prices range from around $800,000 to over $4 million. And rents are about $2,365. The eighth one is Kalorama Heights. For a touch of elegance and privacy, Kalorama is unmatched. It's the choice neighborhood for many diplomats and celebrities. Yes, the Obamas and the Kushners among them. With stunning architectural beauties and hidden gardens, it provides a discreet yet affluent lifestyle. Plus, its location offers spectacular views of the cityscape. It's only 3 miles from the White House and is home to 28 countries. It's not the cheapest place to live in DC, but Kalorama is right next to Dupont and Embassy Row on Massachusetts Avenue. From here, it's very easy to get to Georgetown, Dupont, Adams Morgan, or even Maryland in the north. It has a lot of beautiful houses and farms. These pictures show that most of the homes have parking, which is hard to find in DC. Kalorama single-family homes range in price from about $2 million to $8 million and are between 3,000 and 7,000 square feet. With a median home price of $1.3 million and rents averaging $2,431. Next, Wesley Heights is one of the most sought-after areas of Washington, D.C. It's one of the more expensive areas of D.C., and there are lots of green places all around it. With its luxurious homes and manicured gardens, offers an escape from the urban rush. It's right next to Glover Archibald Park, which is a beautiful 183-acre park with streams and forests. Most of the homes in Wesley Heights were built between the 1920s and 1950s, but there are also some younger custom-built homes spread out in the neighborhood. Houses can cost anywhere from $1.5 million to $15 million. The median home value skyrockets to $1.7 million, with rents hitting around $2,365. Niche.com says that Wesley Heights is the best place to raise a family in Washington, D.C. It's clear that this is a very expensive place to live. Foggy Bottom comes next. It's easy to see why Foggy Bottom made the list. It has both Watergate and its closeness to the Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts makes it a smart choice for students, professionals, and cultural lovers. On top of that, you're close to everything you could want on the National Mall. Home to George Washington University. It's one of the oldest neighborhoods in DC, offering a blend of historical sites and modern conveniences. It has also been named one of the best places in DC and has been on lists of the safest places for a long time. The White House is right west of here. It's really simple to get to Georgetown or Dupont. Also, I like it. I don't think it's too crowded, which is also important. In Foggy Bottom, the median home price is around $545,000, with average rents at $2,821. Logan Circle is the fifth neighborhood. Logan Circle is a very famous area. This neighborhood is a hotspot for young professionals and art enthusiasts, with its cutting-edge galleries and chic lifestyle. It's one of the coolest neighborhoods in District of Columbia. And let's not forget the actual circle. Logan Circle gets its name from a traffic circle at the southern end of the street. There are homes from the early 1900s that face a circle park with a figure of Civil War General John Logan. The Studio Theater has been around for a long time and puts on cutting-edge modern shows and teaches acting. There aren't many homes. However, there are a lot of apartments to choose from. There is a median home price of $780,000 and rent seem to be less than or equal to $2,626. The nearest metro stop is either Mount Vernon Square or Howard. But this neighborhood is always busy, and if you're moving to DC to live a more exciting life, this is a great place to be. The next place on the list is Dupont Circle. It's one of the most well-known roundabouts in Washington, D.C. The same builder, Henry Bacon, who made the Lincoln Memorial, also made this beautiful pond. The pond honoring Admiral Samuel Francis Dupont welcomes everyone who is known for improving the American Navy. One thing is for sure, it is an urban jungle. The area is only a few blocks from Massachusetts Avenue and downtown DC. It has a good mix of flats and row homes, so you can choose the type of home you want. The median home costs about $610,000, and rent averages at $2,510. It looks like a great place to live, and I think you'd love coming home every day. There aren't many places to park, but there's a lot of public transportation. There's also a metro stop. The area has been a center for the LGBTQ+ group, since Washington has the most LGBTQ+ people in the whole country. In terms of crime, it's also a pretty safe area, and there are some nice and good schools in the area if you have kids. The third one is Adams Morgan. It's been one of the coolest and happiest places to live. Known for its eclectic vibe and cultural diversity, Adams Morgan is where nights come alive with global cuisine, live music, and dance. You know, this is the place where I feel most at home. This is a great place for LGBTQ+ people to feel at home. Transgender people are often seen walking around, and no one seems to mind. There is a mile of shops, restaurants, and bars between 18th Street Northwest and Columbia Road. If you have a car, it will be hard to find a place to park. The homes looked lovely, beautiful beyond words. As you go around certain curves, you think, wow, these people have a lot of money. With a median home price of $583,000 and an average rent of $2,762. If you can't buy a home right now because DC prices are so crazy high, Adams Morgan is a great place to look at apartments and a neighborhood to live in. But the subway line is probably the worst thing about that place. You could, however, take the bus if you wanted to. If you want to feel the pulse of American politics, Capitol Hill is where it's at. Home to the U.S. Capitol Building, Supreme Court, and Library of Congress, this neighborhood offers more than just a political scene. It's very well planned and put together. Located on the hill behind the Capitol, it's easy to get around because it's very flat and clean. I love this neighborhood because it has a good mix of families, as well as some really nice schools like Capitol Hill Day School, Capitol Hill Christian Academy, Brent Elementary School, St. Peter School, and Catherine Watkins Elementary School. There are many parks: Marion Park, Folger Park, Garfield Park, and Lincoln Park. The area has many restaurants and bars. It's never made me feel dangerous to walk around there. There are a lot of fun things to do between Eastern Market, 8th Street, and everything on Pennsylvania Avenue. There's a good mix of people who own their own homes and people who rent, like me. On Capitol Hill, you'll find the median home price is $800,000, with rents around $2,602. There aren't many places to car park in this area, so if you don't want to drive, you can take the metro and get where you need to go. And most favorite of mine is Georgetown. If you like being near water, buying land on the water, or just having lunch while looking at the ocean, then this is the place for you. It was founded in 1751, and the area is one of the oldest, most famous, and loved in the district. Located right on the Potomac River, and the waterfront is a popular place to eat, ride bikes, do stand-up paddleboarding, and boat. Let's talk about public transportation. This is where things will get tricky. You should get a car, even if it's a small one, because the road isn't very big and there aren't many places to park. Also, George University is there, so I think that if you're moving here for school, that would be a great choice too, since you wouldn't need a car. Also, it's very safe, which makes it one of my favorite spots. Along M Street, there are many shops and bars. Lots of old Victorian row homes will be built in this area, but there are now condos along the waterfront as well. In Georgetown, you're walking into one of DC's most prestigious areas, where median homes are priced at about $1.7 million, and prices can go as high as $18 million. The rents averages at $5,384, and rent for an apartment is around $1,861. I think that the fact that Georgetown doesn't have a metro is one of the worst things about living in such a busy area in the middle of DC. And did you know that Georgetown predates the establishment of Washington, D.C. itself? That's right, it's like stepping into a living history book. Remember, finding the right neighborhood is about matching your lifestyle with the DC vibe. So take your time, visit a few places, and who knows? Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.